The topics that will be covered during this session include the different areas or zones that the complex is divided into, firefighting equipment and its locations, emergency exits, your responsibility as the organiser or leader, and the emergency procedure itself. The Gladstone Uniting Church complex is located on the corner of Uniting Place and Dixon Drive, Gladstone. The main entrance is off Dixon Drive with off-street car parking to the right or straight ahead outside the hall. The designated assembly point is on the western side of the main entrance where you gather if you evacuate the building. The main door to the church and the narthex is via the covered drive-through at the front, and for the hall the entrance is via the side. The complex is divided up into 4 main areas: hall, kitchen and toilets, church and narthex, administration area where the church office is, and the downstairs prayer room. Depending on your agreement with the church office, you may only have access to a limited number of areas within the complex. A fire alarm system is installed and it monitors smoke detectors, heat detectors and the manual call points, or break glasses as they are called. Please note that when the alarm system is activated, it does not call the emergency services, so you or a helper will need to call 000 yourself if needed. When the alarm is activated, you should hear a combination of siren sounds. From the church and narthex, you will hear a wailing siren like this. From the hall and admin area, you will hear a screeching siren, like this one. In each area, there is firefighting and protection equipment available. A number of manual call points are installed and should be used as a means of alerting people of an emergency. You need to remember that your group may not be the only people using the complex, and in using the manual call points, it will alert people in other parts of the building as well. Fire extinguishers and hose reels are also available and located throughout the complex. They should be used to fight a fire only by a competent person and only if it is safe to do so. For more information on fire extinguishers and their use, go to Queensland Fire and Rescue Service at www.fire.qld.gov.au or to the following YouTube video for extinguisher training. A fire blanket is also mounted in the kitchen above the sink. This video, also found at YouTube, can help you if you are not sure how to use one. A first aid kit is situated in the broom cupboard in the kitchen. In the hall is a hose reel, fire extinguisher and a manual call point. The kitchen has a fire extinguisher, fire blanket and a first aid kit as mentioned before. The church has 2 manual call points, a hose reel and a fire extinguisher. In the narthex there is a manual call point on the fire control panel, and the admin area has a fire extinguisher and a manual call point. Illuminated exit signs identify the emergency exit locations from all areas within the building complex. These lead either directly or indirectly to the outside of the building. Please make note of the nearest exits to where you and your group will be. A drawing of the complex is posted on a wall in each area similar to this one, showing all of the exits and where all of the firefighting and protection equipment is situated, and where you are in relation to the assembly area. Down the side is a brief outline of the evacuation procedure. The group organiser or leader is responsible to be aware and understand the church's evacuation procedure, appoint helpers to assist in the event of an evacuation, and inform those helpers and, where practical, inform the group of the evacuation procedure. Nominate a meeting point where the organiser or leader and helpers will meet when an alarm is activated. And after viewing this video, complete the orientation checklist as mentioned in the opening of this presentation, as it is a requirement of the Queensland Fire and Rescue Authority that a record be kept for audit purposes. Please refer to the 5.1 procedure flowchart for casual bookings as I talk you through the procedure. If a fire alarm is activated, or if a fire or an emergency like a gas leak or bomb threat is suspected, one of the first things that should be carried out is to call the emergency services by dialing 000. A manual call point should also be activated to sound the alarm if it hasn't already been activated. The group organiser or leader and the helpers moved to the pre-arranged location to start and organise an evacuation. The next 3 steps are carried out simultaneously. The group organiser or leader sends a helper to inform all other zones of the building so they too are aware of the pending emergency, remembering that you may not have access to all areas of the complex, but you would be expected to try to make contact if people are there. The group organiser or leader and helpers prepare the group for an evacuation by guiding them to the exits and to the assembly point. Everyone must stay at the assembly point so a roll call can be made to make sure that everyone is out. Once out, stay out. Helpers are to check toilets and other areas for any stragglers, and at the same time a search is carried out to try and find the source of the fire or emergency and report back to the group organiser or leader. If no fire emergency is found, and if the group organiser or leader and helpers are satisfied that no danger exists, then an announcement can be made to reassure the group and the evacuation can be cancelled. You will still need to meet with the Fire and Rescue Authority when they arrive to inform them of the situation. If a fire or an emergency is found, the group organiser or leader needs to be informed immediately. If the fire looks like it can be extinguished or the emergency can be dealt with safely, then an attempt should be made so damage to the property is minimised. If the emergency can't be neutralised, then the group organiser or leader is informed and continues with the evacuation and meets with the Fire and Rescue Authority when they arrive. If the emergency is neutralised, then the group organiser or leader is informed and still continues with the evacuation. You will need to meet with the Fire and Rescue Authority when they arrive to inform them of the situation so they can give the all clear to return to the building. Well, that concludes this presentation. Please take the time now to complete the orientation checklist by filling out the areas that are circled in red and return it to the church office for record keeping. For more information, you can contact the church office on 07 4979 3323 or email to ucagladstone@dovenetq.net.au, or our website is at www.gladstone.ucaweb.com.au. On behalf of the Church Council, I would like to wish you and your group all the best, and we hope that you won't need to use the emergency evacuation procedure during your stay with us. Thank you, and God bless.